light on the situation here this morning. Good morning, folks. Rob here. The sun is really bright. If I even showed it to you this morning, you'd be like, wow. But we got a good rain shower last night. So got a little rain, probably a half inch of rain. Kept it warm here though, so I really didn't sleep my best last night. Last night was not a great sleep night. I like to sleep better when it's cooler, and last night just was not it. But now this morning it's nice and cool. So the wife is still in bed. 9 o'clock in the morning on Thanksgiving morning, and I'm so glad she's able to. Hope everyone's having a nice Thanksgiving so far. You know, if you still laying in the bed watching this, hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. If you're up and about, starting to cook already, hey, that's part of life too, right? We haven't started our cooking yet. We'll start probably in another couple hours, and we'll go from there and just pretty much see what we got going on today. We're going to have, it's going to be 2 football games on today. 12:30, it'll be the Texans and the Lions in Detroit. 2 teams normally that play in dome stadiums will be playing dome stadiums. And then later, Washington football team, for the first time ever as the football team, goes down to Dallas in that dome stadium. So, yeah, it was going to be a little bit of dome stadium football early today, and then, real life football tonight. It's going to be the Ravens at the Steelers, and that has been delayed or held off now for 4 days, 3 days, I guess. Thursday to Friday, Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, 1:15 p.m. It'll be a 1:15 start at Pittsburgh, and the Steelers are not at all happy about it, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. The protocol is clear. Good morning, Tribe fan. The protocol is clear. You stay in your little bubble. You stay with your group, and that includes everybody that coaching staff and everything. It includes them all. And if they can't follow the rules, they should not only be possibly, got in trouble with their with the team they play for. They also should be fined by the NFL. Fine them. Let's stop this shit. But now we're without a PM game tonight. 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight. That will be it for baseball. I mean, for baseball, for football. Everybody wants baseball back so bad. Everybody wants. I'll tell you what. Everybody wants. Everybody wants to be able to buy a ticket, to walk by a gate, go inside the turnstile, and actually watch a baseball game. That's what people want. I'm speaking for everybody out there. That's what we want. Happy Thanksgiving to the Rob. Thank you very much. Darla's still asleep. And she and I will be spending Thanksgiving together. We're going to pull the turkey breast out about 11:30, 12 o'clock, start that up. Then I know after the turkey breast is over, we still got to cook those gratin potatoes. They take about an hour. So we don't do au gratin too often, but we're gonna do that today. I like them sometimes. I don't like them all the time, but I like them sometimes. That'll be a good thing. Man, the sun is out bright today. We got a nice rain shower overnight. Kept it warm here. Kept it warm, but boy, oh boy, I mean, I don't even know if I should even do it. I'm going to a neighbor's apartment with a side dish. Awesome. I don't even think you can get I don't even think you can even get how sunny it is here. I mean, that's the only way. I can't do that to you guys. So Keith's going to a neighbor's house. Awesome. That's good. That's good. That is real cool. And then Tribe fan, what's your what's your big plan today, if any? What's your plans? And for anybody that doesn't have any plans at all, do this, please. If you don't have anything going on, keep a television going. And hey, cut your computer on too. And when you get tired of one or the other, it is bright out there, but the sun stays low most of the day. Yeah, probably just staying home unless a friend invites me. All right, my friend. I will definitely try to have a baseball game for you sometime today. It is not a day to be alone. It is not a day to be alone. It's just, yes, sir. And look at it this way. One of these days, when all this shit is gone, there's great chances you're going to meet some of these jabronis. Meet some of the jabronis. The room full of jabronis. You're going to meet some of us. I'm going to be compiling stats for Rockies replay. Oh, that's good. Very cool. Very cool. And I have still got to get game 80. I haven't looked it up even on the phone yet, but I guess it's still playing the Mets. I think we've played the Mets twice. We may have played them 3 times. You know what? Got the damn papers right here. Got a stack of papers right here. I think we've played them. Oh, well, let me tell you how many times we've played them. Game 79, we played the Mets. Game 78, we played the Mets. Game 77, we played the Marlins. So 80, we'll play the Mets. I'm curious to see how your pitcher stats come out. Yeah, that's it. Especially. Now, you did a full season too, right? Or did you just do home replay, or how did you do yours? And did anybody see baseball? Not great so far, full season. Did anybody see baseball demos? Look at the cards the other day. Did anybody take a look at that? He was really, really. I think it's inside pitch. Wade Davis will be king dumpster fire. If you haven't seen that, that's a video worth watching. He got some inside pitch and some other one, and he got him out and was deciphering how close to right everything was. And yeah, one of them, man, oh man, I'm telling you, it was pretty close. I want to say it's inside pitch. But he gets in depth on it, and he just picks a few players out and goes and explains to you this one why they've got this and that and all. So it's a very good watch if you do it, man. It really is. I've never discounted anything Demos says. Demos is very well taught. Very well taught. Main thing this morning I want to do is just wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. We are people can say what they want to. We are still in a country that we are free to come on here, get up when we want to, sleep late as we want to, eat when we want to. And we don't have to ask permission for stuff. And we may see some cities that are totally screwed the hell up, and they don't know what the hell they want. MP Fox, good morning, sweet potato hash. Yeah, we may live in a country that allows some cities to go out here and go nuts, and and sadly that is happening in some of the cities. But more than not, we live in a place where if we want to walk outside and sit on our porch, and if we ain't bothering nobody, we can do it. even with the coronavirus. And, so it's some things to be thankful for. It really is. Um, this room full of folks here, look what we've done this year. When this coronavirus first hit, what was in March, April, something like that. Rather than whine and cry and bitch and moan and all that stuff, we got together and we got a lot of money put together. We had a lot of money put together. And we assisted 2 or 3 people that lost their jobs right off the bat, And hey, I mean, proud moments, man. And then now, just here recently, the deal with Dale, I didn't know what to do. And Keith came up with the idea. What about a Bill Berge jersey? I'm like, dude, you come up with some cool stuff. Yeah, that's it. And there's a lot of folks out there, man. I'll tell you. Bleacher Bums Gaming, he is so down right now. If you haven't heard, they canceled their total football season now. So you can tell, because this was going to be his final season, and he was kind of laying low about saying anything. Now he can't decide whether he wants to retire or not. I hate that for him. Who wants to go out on a 1-game season? But there's no guarantee next year's going to be any better. It's really not. So I hope he decides something soon, because that can wear and tear on you. Decision making is a bitch. So maybe he'll just come up with a good decision. Got to get a better send off than that. Yeah, you either got to get a better send off than that, or either just cut the ties. Either way you're going to do it. We should have a 20 questions about baseball replays, just to see how important things are to people in the community. Yeah, we could do that. How important is it to you to use actual lineups? Yeah, okay. How important is you to have all players carded? Oh. And that would lead, it would be up to the people that mostly play. We got a lot of folks who come in here and just watch. And, big ups to those folks, especially those young folks. They're watching us, yet they still, I still think somebody like Sean is still undecided. Sean comes in and watches, but I think if the right game came along that would just hit him just like right inside the gut, and be like, oh, that's what I want to play. I would hope he would want to do it. Now, that might not happen. We may be living in an era that 25 and under, they want something that's plugged in and turned on and all that good shit. But it's good to have some games like this. If you ever want to go camping, if you ever want to go to somebody else's house, there's good things about having board games. Especially if you're going. My 10-year-old plays APBA baseball and history maker baseball with me. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. If I'm doing an as played replay, then yes, use actual lineup for every player carded. It would be nice for every minor players to be available on their website. Yeah. And then divine realism, accurate stats. Hey, I'm telling you guys, who in here saw baseball demos video within the last week about cards? My daughter plays Dynasty Online Baseball against me. Oh, that's awesome. Who saw that video though? Where He had 2 or 3 cards out of different players. He said, let's see how accurate they are. Oh, you got to watch it. You got to watch it. I'm telling you, because he's got a book telling everything, a book of that year. And it was, I play AppBago. Now I do that. I do that online. I have to check it. Yeah, do definitely check it out. And I play AppBago. If anybody does play that, I was talked into that by a few people in chat. And oh yeah, I'll play that. I have a couple of teams. I think each team's $2-3. Those are the cards with all the color coding with Dynasty. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that, but AppBago, that's an online game actually. AppBago is actually online, but the other, yeah, okay, it is. That's cool, very cool. We are. It's easier online than the board game. Okay, yeah, the AppBago situation. Yeah, it's easy to run. Play against somebody. You get your lineup set. Put any kind of lineup you want to together. If you're playing with DH or without DH, it's all good. And they have free 2-day trials, Keith. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Yep, they do. You do not get to make pitch selection, but you do get to decide. On the pitchers, you get to put them out there. That's pretty much it. I was going to talk about something else this morning. What was it I was going to talk about? Oh, yeah. Somebody out there, who was that out there says, all right, G-Puck has a daughter that plays Dynasty. MP Fox has a 10-year-old. All right. Let me ask you this, guys. If your kid, and this is a wide variety, a wide, broad stroke right here I'm doing with the paintbrush. If your child asks for video games, let's say video games, and it's not sports related. Let's say it's not sports related. Let's say it's more of a war gaming type stuff. All right, ask for that. And then comes to dad and says, you know what, Dad, I'm not sure I want that. I would rather have a jersey. Okay. Jersey of his or her favorite baseball player. Okay. Those two things. If you discuss, well, first off, if you're not married, it's your decision. Or if you've got a girlfriend or wife, it's both of you's decision. Which way are you more apt to go? If truthfully, like if you got to get together with your wife to go with that video game, that's pretty easy. Just go out there and find it and grab it, or to actually go order a jersey for your child. I never got jerseys when I was a child. I'm not gonna lie about it. Jerseys, man, those damn things are high. But nowadays, you see a lot more kids wear them. And I'm just wondering, if you got to draw the line, you got to draw the line and be like, okay, this is the last Christmas gift they can get. They can either get this video game or a jersey. I'm betting the guys in here are pushing for that jersey. I don't know. But I'm just wondering, which way is it more likely to flow? Let's say the kid was really begging both ways. Just, Dad, I want that jersey, but Mom, I want that video game. Which way most time ends up winning that one. And you got to understand also, too, when they're 10, 11, 12 years old, they can only wear that jersey, for a year or two, unless you get them a little bit bigger size. You get a little bit bigger where it's baggy on them when they get it at Christmas, and then a couple of years later, it actually fits them right. But I find that pretty cool though. When I go to stadiums and I see kids, it's not very old. If it's a Yankee or Red Sox jersey, no chance in hell for the. Now, okay. Oh, that's even better. That is even better, guys. Well, that's even better. All right, dads. All you dads out there, let's be for real about it. Be for real about it now, Dad. I like the team that you hate more than anything. Dad, I like a team that you hate more than anything. Would you please get me that jersey? Your son or your daughter truly wants it. Your son or your daughter truly wants it. Do you get them that jersey? Yeah, I do. I'm able to find some jerseys sometimes too. MP5s. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, if you can find them, that's a good deal too. I've actually got some jerseys back in the other room there that I'm actually going to be unloading for $20 a pop here very soon, and I think I gave 13 a piece for them, so 20 by the time I ship them. I'm not making anything on them. I got a Shaq jersey. I got Osi Umenyiora. Anybody an Osi Umenyiora fan? Wanted a state up north jersey. No, I would. He has been a Mookie Betts fan his whole life. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, MP Fox. I would have to. I would have to for my kid. Now I would do everything in my power to turn that around. Now, MP Fox, you do have the power to drive the car and have your son or daughter ride with you to the stadium that you want to go to. I'm with you. I'm with you. I would, if my kid wanted a Yankee jersey, I would get it for him. But oh yeah, when it's time to go watch baseball, yeah, we're gonna go make a 3-day trip for the Phillies. My car won't make it quite to New York tonight. I'm sorry, son. Uh, well, I can understand stuff like yes, that's totally different too. Yeah, Ray Lewis, O.J. Simpson, yeah, totally. I mean, we're in a whole different ballpark there. But I'm just talking about. Well, I want a Tom Brady jersey because he plays in Tampa or something. Benintendi, she thinks he's cute. She makes me get seats down left field line. Oh my God. And how much longer is Benintendi going to be there too? He could be on his way out soon. It looks like she got a bunch of his shirts. That's awesome. That is awesome right there. Yeah, yeah. And she's at the age that she likes him because the way he smiles or whatever. But also, she's willing to go to a ball game with you. My daughter's in college, has a thing for Trey Turner. Oh, okay. Washington Nationals. Yeah, he is regressing. Trey Turner's a hell of a ball player. Boy, oh boy. Trey Turner is one hell of a ball player. Yeah. He is underrated. He is underrated, man. When you hear top 5 shortstops in the National League, you don't hear his name. Damn, it ain't many above him I'd rather have. It really ain't. He's capable of hitting 30. He can hit 30 home runs, I think, in the right lineup. Oh, Kevin Kiermaier. Oh, yeah, Bobby Catalano loves him. Yeah. Let her see Darla's crush on the Phillies. Yeah. She always liked, who was that? She always liked Greg Dobbs. She always liked Greg Dobbs. But her favorite player, she doesn't have a crush on the player now. She just likes the way the kid plays. She's down. Yeah, I mean, she's just like, yeah, well, yeah, this kid plays hard. Roman Quinn, he plays hard. He runs out of the box. He runs all the time. He doesn't quit trying. But it looks like he may not be back. It's looking more and more he's going down south. But she liked Greg Dobbs. See, I used to pick on Greg Dobbs. Does anybody remember CNN? They had a Dobbs on there, and I used to call him that instead of Greg Dobbs. You guys, anybody? And she was like, "That's not his name." Will there be any Thanksgiving signing in MLB Red Sox? Just always make a splash on Thanksgiving. Yeah, they always used to like to do it on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Wednesday nights, do their signing and have a press conference on Thanksgiving morning. I'll never get what women find attractive in us men. You never, dude. I'll tell you what. Give up trying. Give up trying. I'm telling you, give up trying because you just when you try, when you go out there and clean yourself up, do all that shit. It's like, well, and then everybody kind of shrugs itself away from you. You just go out there the way you want to. It'll find you eventually. Yes, sir, Rob. You know that always PR on Thanksgiving for soccer. Oh yeah, they always used to do it like that. Yeah, it was always. I don't try and figure out anything. I just say sure, whatever you think. But you got to be You got to be listening, or else. Did you not hear me say that earlier today? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Or if you want to be, then you got to turn around. Of course, I heard you. I think Springer is in play for Sox. Oh, truthfully, no. Married man's vocabulary is reduced to two words: yes, dear, or yes, honey, or of course. Yeah. I really don't. I don't think the Red Sox are going to go out there and spend a lot. I really don't. Boy, oh boy. Who is going to take Bradley's spot? Sadly, I don't think it's going to be Springer. I think Springer's going to be a Met. That's the thing, though. Everybody thinks everybody's going to be a Met right now. They don't have any flexibility. The Red Sox don't, and they're not trying to. They're not this year. If they see it's going to be a shortened season again, happy Thanksgiving, Phantomatic. Bradley's gone. Yeah, Jackie Bradley Jr. is a free agent. Yes. In free agency, Boston won't mind paying it so much if they know it's 162 games. What frets them is thinking about going out here paying somebody $25 million and playing 80 games, 60, 75 games. Yeah. Astros want him. They don't even want Springer back. So who are they keeping as a core? Red Sox not really keeping any core if you really want to think about it. Bogarts. Bogarts and they really don't have a whole hell of a lot that they're not willing to get rid of. Devers, Bogarts, yeah. And Devers, man, he's a butcher at third base, man. My God. He's not very good with the glove. He really isn't. He just is not. It's sad to say, but he's just really not. He was really good with the bat last year, but that's what Boston's always been known for. to bring 9 bats to the field, and gloves, put them on which hand, hand optional. They've never been known to have the big Gold Glove guys play the field. They just never have. We've had them, and it doesn't happen often, but we've had them. But we're always been known to have 9 bats in the lineup that are more than capable of taking care of the situations. If I were guessing right now, I don't think Jackie Bradley Jr. is going to the Astros even. If Sox bag gloves station to station looking for the ball, yeah, that's it. If I were betting right now, if I were just betting straight up right now on where Jackie Bradley Jr. lands, I'm gonna say the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are gonna get him. Obviously, he'll have to play every day. He can't DH there. Well, he can DH this year if the DH is going to continue, which it looks like it will. He may try to sign a 1-year deal with the Cardinals. If not the Cardinals, don't be surprised. Maybe the Cubs don't try to get him. George Springer, wow. If the Yankees didn't have so much bop, I would probably say the Yankees would like to get him. They're not going to get him, though. And I don't really think the Mets get him either. Wow. I'm looking around and thinking around at some teams that might could use him. How about if he goes to North Texas and plays for Arlington Rangers? They've got all the money. He stayed in Texas. He wouldn't have to really rearrange things. George Springer to Texas sounds maybe. Oh yeah, Freddie Lynn, and we had the man out there in right field too. He was he was a real good Dewey Evans. He had a hell of an arm. JT Real Muto right now is a hot prospect, and I think personally, he goes to the Mets. And a lot of people telling me, well, I think he's going to the Yankees. I think he's going to the Mets. I think there's reasons why he'll go to the Mets. Yeah. Dwight Evans was a hell of a field. Like I said the other day, if I was going to get a Red Sox jersey, I think I'd get a Dewey Evans jersey. I always liked him. I liked Freddie Lynn too, and I liked Jim Rice. I mean, we had a hell of an outfield back then. That's one thing we had back in the late 70s, early 80s. We had 3 guys that could hit. Maybe the Red Sox could make a blockbuster deal with the Mets for Lonzo. You know what, Keith? I'm one of those people though that think Alonzo is built like a bubble, and he's eventually going to bust. I don't know. We'll see what happens. A lot of you guys would like him there. There are other players I'd rather see in Boston than Pete Alonso. It really is. Boy, oh boy. I'd love to get the kid at see, now this off season, I'll tell you somebody I'd like to get him at a discount price. Josh Donaldson. If he's a free agent now, I'm not sure. I think he signed him for 2 or 3 years, but he didn't play at all hardly last year. Okay. Some of those discount prices, there's $4 and $5 million for some guys who could hit 40 home runs. Sox are going to have, he's locked up. I thought so. Sox are going to have some youngsters on the field this year. Dahlbeck, yeah. I don't know what it is about Pete Alonso's got so much of an open swing too. He swings out, he strikes out some. I tell you somebody we don't hear nothing about anymore. Because when he was on the East Coast, he showed his ass off, and then he went into free agency last year and got locked up for 12 years. and his name is the kid out there in San Diego. Nobody, I'm telling you, I still to this day don't think that many people wanted him. Philadelphia said they wanted him, but I don't, Manny Machado. I just don't like I never liked his attitude. I really never did. And, it's something about that kid I just didn't like. I just didn't like him. But you didn't hear hardly anything about him last year. Now, I don't know what his numbers popped up being, but we didn't hear much about him the last 2 years. Sure, he was a free agent 2 years ago, not last year. Personally, if I am the Phillies GM, the one player I'm locked in on right now that I really want to get is his name's James McCann. James McCann. That's who I would like to get. Tatis is a stud on that team. Yeah, he is. Yeah. James McCann is who I'd like to get. You're going to go down in payroll. You're probably going to cut your catcher's pay in half. Okay. Go look at his numbers. He can hit. I don't think he's a defensive catcher that Real Muto is, but he can get on base for you. And and that's the thing. That's the thing now. Second baseman, shortstops, catchers, they are no longer the 234, 8 home run, knocking in 30 RBIs. These are guys now that they're stepping in. They want them to hit 25 home runs and knock in 75. Second baseman, shortstops, catchers. That's what all positions now become power positions, not the corners and corner outfielders. No. That's not the way it is anymore. Red Sox didn't have any dependable pitching, did they? Well, once they lost Sale and they did have Evaldi. Evaldi, a few years ago, had pretty much won the World Series for us. Nate Evaldi, he pitched out of his mind. We got rid of Price. I think that was a good thing. I think getting rid of Price was a good thing. I don't know why they didn't go after Morton, but Atlanta's got one hell of a pitching staff. Have your Phillies come trade for Christian Vasquez? Seems like his name popped up on trade rumors a lot last year. You know what, Christian Vasquez, he was on the radar of a lot of teams last year. A lot of teams that were playoff teams. We were hearing that the Braves wanted him. We were hearing even maybe Washington wanted him last year. I don't know why Christian Vasquez, but you've got players on every team like that, and they're not necessarily bad to the organization. They're not necessarily big mouths. They're not necessarily people that are trouble, but they just have that tendency of always, anytime you talk about the word trade, their name pops up. Let's see. Yeah, he is very good. A name, obviously this year that's been popping up for the Phillies is the kid at first base, Rhys Hoskins. Is Rhys Hoskins coming back? Is Rhys Hoskins, are they going to get rid of him? Is Rhys Hoskins this and that? Look, a 60-game season where half the time you didn't know whether you were going to play or not. I don't think it's a good foundation as to what to lay your thoughts on a player. I really don't. I think 2020 was, one of those type of seasons. You kind of throw it out the window and be like, okay, I'm counting on you going back to your 2019, 18, and 17 years. Unless they did come out of their shell and just start hitting. But, we didn't have anybody that went out here and hit 30 home runs. Nobody did that. Nobody just broke loose and said, "Oh hell yeah, I'm going wild." Nobody did that stuff. Um, we had a few 20 home run hitters, and that's equal to 60 in the season. So think about it the way you want to think about it. But they didn't play in cold weather. You got to take that into account. They didn't play in April. They didn't play in May. Would they trade Alec Bohm? I don't think they'd trade Alec Bohm unless they got themselves one hell of a boom. Draft picks wouldn't do it. They would have to get somebody. Would they take the third baseman for the Cubs? And I don't think straight up they would. I don't think I would straight up either. What's his name? I don't believe I would. Bohm hit 36 home runs in minor leagues his last year, minor leagues before last year. And then last year, he didn't play all the time. He played a lot, but he didn't play all the time. Yeah, Chris Bryant. Straight up, I would rather have Bohm right now. Bryant's how old? He's got to be, let's see, he went to school with, he's got to be 28 or 29 now. Bryant does. Where Bohm is, 21? Yeah. He was 20. He's 21 now. He may be 22 before the season starts. But Bryant has got to be 28 or 29 now, because he went to school with Bryce Harper, and I would say 29. Chris Bryant is. It would be very, very difficult for me to trade Alec Bohm straight up for him. 28. Yeah, Bohm was 21 or 22. That's a lot of years. That's a lot of years you throw it back the other way. Yeah, okay, he'll be 29 in January. Yeah, straight up, I wouldn't trade him. I wouldn't. Because I'm looking at the next 5 years. If Bohm can stand on par with Bryant for the next 5 years, or pretty close, not even as good, maybe, he still won't be but 27. Maybe make the deal if you can land a star pitcher. Oh, well, yeah. If you can get a good pitcher out of the deal with Bryant, oh, yeah, maybe I would do it. Now, is he a free agent now? You keep hearing he wants out. I know the third baseman for the Rockies signed his long-term deal. But is Bryant signed? I want to say Bryant is still with the Cubs. I don't think he's a free agent. I think he's got one more year. I think he signed a 2-year or a 3-year deal a couple of years ago. I want to say he's got one more year. But if he's a free agent, I would say the chance of him coming back to the Cubs is probably 15%. I don't think he's very good. I think he'd go somewhere else. Not going to in the deal. I think Quintana is available. Bryant, is he a free agent? Anybody got that one? I got my phone back in there. I can go get it. Chris Bryant. I don't think he is. I don't think he's a free agent, but he could be. He could be. I don't think he is. Who's the best pitcher now available? Who's the best pitcher out there? I see Blake Snell. No, he's in his final year of his deal. I thought he had one more year. They may trade him, but they're going to get kitchen scraps for him. There's no way if I got him, there's no way in hell I would go give up a kitchen sink and the appliances for him in his final year of his deal, unless I made a deal with him and say, look, let's give you a 7-year extension. But he'll probably play it out. He'll probably play it out and become a free agent. I don't blame him there. Blake Snell. Blake Snell is in a lot of trade rumors now. And some of those are coming back to the Phillies. And I'm wondering what the Rays would want from Phillies. I mean, draft picks. That's an obvious thing, draft picks. They want to cut their payroll. They're always looking to cut their payroll. They can have $45 million and they're looking to cut their payroll, which is sad. It really is. But they're always looking to cut it. If Blake Snell goes to a National League team, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's gonna be some dirty pool as far as, man, he can throw the ball. He really can throw the ball, and he could be a game changer, especially in the National League East. The West, who's going to dethrone the Dodgers, man? The Dodgers have so much money, and they're so smart with it. They're smarter with their money than any team out there. The first thing they go do is buy pitching. They buy pitching and buy pitching and then buy more pitching. The Yankees, on the other hand, they'll go out here and buy Stanton and all these guys who can knock 50 home runs a year. Well, there's only so many places in the lineup for them. And then if they're hurt all the time, then that average pitching, or a little bit better than average pitching, you got to give them that. But they're not much. Their pitching compared to the Dodgers pitching is night and day, especially starting pitching. They spend money so differently. And if I were a team, why not spend it more like the Dodgers? Let's say you got 8 starting pitchers. Do you not think they're not going to play? Do you really think you got one over here sitting in the dugout? Well, I guess I won't get to play this year. No, that's not going to happen at all, because you're going to have players going down all year long. And you can't have enough starting pitching. I don't care. That you can't have a truer statement than that. You cannot have enough starting pitching. Once you get your starting pitching in line, it doesn't hurt to go out and start getting a bullpen together. Tell the Mets that. Tell the Phillies that. There's so many teams you can tell that to. The Braves last offseason went and got every relief pitcher possible. And then this year they're going to get Charlie Morton. So they're going to be solid. They're going to be solid on the mound this year. The Braves will be. They just, I worry about some of the clown shit that they got going on in the dugout with some of their position players. Acuna Jr., Ronald Acuna, I don't know. He's a very good ball player. Hell yeah, he's a hell of a ball player. But man, they just, if you watch them play a lot, they do. I don't know. I just don't know if I trust that team or not. And these teams that you watch, look at the ones that ended up getting the COVID and all. More often than not, it was teams that were uninterested, didn't care, and were more about themselves than they were about the team. That's the way to look at that. It really is. 2 football games on tap today. Tonight's game's canceled. Tonight, if you want to watch football after 7 o'clock, you're going to have to go watch. You're going to have to go rewind the VCR and watch an old game. Ravens at the Steelers will not take place tonight. It's not going to happen. 1:15 Eastern time on Sunday afternoon. What are you guys thinking about Jim Harbaugh now? Jim Harbaugh, 2-3 at Michigan, his alma mater. It came from Stanford, and it didn't show a lot in Stanford. Came from 49ers, and he was lighting the world up in the 49ers nation. They got Penn State this week. Chances are they win and go 3-3. If you look at the rest of their schedule, chances are they go four. He goes 5-4 at best, or yeah, they got 10 games, so they could go 5-4, 5-5 at best. Let's say. Do they keep Jim Harbaugh one more year, or do they keep him? I mean, I'm not even going to say for another year. Are they going to keep him? And then James Franklin, Penn State. Poor Penn State. Look at this shit that they've been through the last 15 years. They're 0-5 for the first time in 120 years. 0-5. First time. Because of pandemic, I think he may get a pass. However, next season, if a full season, and he pulls this, he'll get canned. How about James Franklin? 0-5. I mean, he's lost to Maryland. Maryland. I mean, he's lost 3 at home already, folks. The closest game at home's not been. All 3 home games have been by more than 10 points. He's lost. James Franklin, Penn State. But can you fire him? Can you fire him? I don't think so, but you know. It's go. Let's say you go 0-10. Let's go the far route. I still say he doesn't lose his job. 0-10. He don't win a game for him. I'm gonna say Franklin does not lose his job. 0-10. But I mean that would be. I mean we're talking. Think about that. Think about how that would affect recruiting. You know, above you got Rutgers. Above you got Iowa. You got Illinois. you got Nebraska. All these teams above you. But I just don't see them firing him. I don't think they can. It's just they're in a position I don't think they can do nothing. And I think he realizes it. I think he thinks he's got him by the balls, and I think he does. I really do. If any one guy's got a university by the set, it's him. I really believe that. Clay Helton, chances are Clay Helton would be gone right now if USC could get James Franklin. But Penn State's not going to fire him. Now, if James Franklin were to leave, if he were wanting to leave Penn State to go to USC, oh my Lord, can you imagine the party they would throw at Penn State? They would throw a party from here to, good Lord, 300 square miles. But I just don't see him leaving that money. I just don't see him leaving it to go to USC even. I just don't think he'd do it. $32 million's a lot. That's the buyout. $32 million. Because he just re-signed. He just extended his contract in February. Okay. He had 2 years left on his contract, and he extended his contract for 5 more years. Now his buyout is a $32 million buyout. See, Jim Harbaugh's coach gets fired after Michigan Penn State game. No, that won't happen. Nope. Penn State could beat Michigan 50-0 this weekend. They will not fire Harbaugh yet. Well, let's see. Hold on. Next week they would. Yeah. If he doesn't walk after December 1st. Right now, the buyout for Harbaugh is $14 million. After December 1st, it's $6.3 million. Gets cut in half. So he's not going to get fired before December 1st. I'll guarantee you that. I'm talking about Harbaugh. But Franklin's is straight up $32 million. $32 million. I mean, I'm sure you've got alumni that are just like, okay, we're stopping sending our money to you jabronis, you dumbasses. So, but is it enough to make 32 million up in 2 years, 3 years? And then on top of that, okay, where do you go from that? Where do you go from here? If you're Penn State, you got to get a ground up coach. You can't go to the SEC and say, well, I think we're going to get one of their SEC coaches. No, hell no. Do you think Hugh Freeze would leave Liberty to go to Penn State? That train wreck? Hell no. He's going to leave here and go to South Carolina, where he can make $5.5 million and have a chance to win. They're not the greatest team in the world, but they're a hell of a lot better than Penn State. Man, Penn State they're a glorified high school team. They really are. They're a glorified high school team. That's how bad they are. They really are. I'm serious. I think Liberty could march their ass right up in State College today and beat the hell out of them. I really believe that. Hell, I think Virginia Tech could go up and beat them. Virginia Tech's what, 3-5 or whatever the hell they are. But I think they could go up and beat them up there. Penn State's they're in a load of trouble. They're in a load of trouble. They just, the first thing they got to do is try to get rid of this coach. And then they got to have some kind of direction to go. We got to find somebody that's willing to go to people's houses and recruit. You got to find yourself a hell of a recruiter. They're hard to find. Mike Stoops would be great, but I don't think Mike Stoops would leave, his offensive coordinator position right now to go up there. I really don't. Who the hell would? Ty Willingham. He would. He hasn't been given another chance since Notre Dame. He would be willing to do it. But they need somebody that really wants to coach, not somebody that feels like they are, I bumped up to this position. This is not a bump up position anymore. This is a position that is a ground floor position. And they need to pay the coach well, but also make sure it's a buyout on the other end. If you leave early, we get a buyout from you. That way we get you locked in 5, 6, 7, 8 years. But, you got to have the right guy. You got to have the right guy because that's what they thought they had with Franklin. And he's just not it. He is not it. I think he's a good guy. They're coming up finding stuff that he's done now. And, Lord knows, let's hope it's not any of it's true. Let's hope it's not. But that's all they need is another black eye to that institution because it's got enough over the last 20 years. I don't know what happens there, but it should be interesting. Top 4 in the country right now is Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, above Ohio State. That's kind of a question mark for me, but Clemson is number 3 above Ohio State in the bowl championship series. That's interesting. Going to get going, leave alike when you leave. Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it, Tribes. I'm not sure Clemson deserves to be 3. I mean, you got beat. You got beat by Notre Dame. How does Notre Dame become number 2? You become number 3, and then Ohio State, who's not lost. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, playing straight across the board, and they're 4th. But Dabo Swinney, he has a way with the press, and sometimes there's bad ways. I'm not a big Dabo Swinney fan. but I think he's a good coach. I think he's a real good coach, and he he gets his point out to the press whether people want him to or not, and he must have said something about it. Well, we deserve to be number 3. We didn't have our regular quarterback. We didn't this kind of situation, but I think it's all going to play out anyway. I still say one of those 4 teams is going to fall out of it. I don't know who. Um, Notre Dame probably can't afford to even lose 1 game, and they got North Carolina tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving to the Burgies and the Eagles. Yes, sir. You're exactly right. You are exactly right there. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, especially the PR department of the Eagles, but the whole entire Eagles staff. If I do get a call and there's something up about, we're with the NFL films or whatever, I will definitely get you guys. I'll let you guys in on it. I'll let you if I hear anything, because they said something about, could we use it as a future story? And I'm like, well, sure, because he said we asked for anything like any of the stories that have happened because of this or this or this or this, to where we can release them. And I'm like, why not? I mean, if number one, our friend Delon's, he would definitely get the respect and admiration from a lot of folks in the community, for being 22 years in the Navy and being a lifelong Eagles fan. Number 2, hey, if a couple more people would watch our channel, hey, nothing wrong with that either, right? So I wouldn't have a problem, just tell them straight up. I would tell them, hey, I didn't come up with the idea to do it, but one of my friends on the channel did. You come on the channel, you'll find him 90% of the time, because he is a loyal subscriber and part of the channel. He's more than a subscriber. He is a part of the network here, and that's you, Keith. So, yeah, hey, if somebody decides to do anything, you guys will be the first to know about it. But yeah, he did this little. He had me send him a few paragraphs stating about how I knew Dale and how we got together and how this all happened, And I didn't really get into deep detail about Dale going through all of the things he's went through. My Lord. But I think I did say on there that he got COVID for third time. And how many of you folks out here? I don't know if anybody even talks about this room out in public. How many of you have ever mentioned, well, I know somebody's had COVID twice, and then now I know somebody's had COVID 3 times, and somebody scratch their head. I don't know if that can happen or not. Has anybody had that happen? I've actually had people tell me that are not doctors, I don't think that can happen, man. I don't think that can happen. And then just the last day or two, we hear this deal about the Alabama coach getting it for the 2nd time. But I've had people look me in the eye and say, I don't think you can get that COVID a 2nd time or a 3rd time. Why not? I've had the flu twice in a year. I've heard people come up with some shit. I'm just like, okay. I don't argue with them. Argue with somebody like that, you ain't gonna win that argument anyway. Morning. What's up, Brendan? What's going on this morning? Happy Thanksgiving to you. I was just talking about, I've went to different places and talked to people and said, look, about, a friend of ours has had COVID 3 times now. Yeah. So in the hospital, there's split stories on this being possible. Some don't think it can happen. Some do. Yeah. Well, I've said that I know of someone who has had it flare up 3 times. Whether he ever really got rid of it, right. We don't know that situation. I kind of think he got rid of it. And I'll tell you why. He had some weeks in there that he was home. I actually say he was feeling pretty decent and all. And I'm not sure you would have felt decent at all if you'd have kept it for a whole 7 months. I think probably, if I were going to guess, I would say he got it twice anyway. But I think somewhere along the way there, I don't think he had it. But every damn thing else that could go wrong did go wrong. Nurses and doctors and hospitals. I wonder if it just goes into a dormant. I don't know. I don't know. But it sure looks like doctors in Ohio would go public with this and be like, well, we had a patient that just passed away, and we've been told that he had it 2-3 times. We don't know yet. We would like to find, I don't know. That's a great question, Keith. I don't know though, but he didn't get much break from it. That's for damn sure. But he did. He did. He had some suffering times, no doubt about it. Some tough times. Really did. But yeah, he when they came back with it, the last week, a week and a half ago, when he texted me and said, yeah, I got COVID for a 3rd time. I'm like, oh, dear God. Jeez. Yeah. And then, yeah, because he hadn't been around that many people. He hadn't been around that people. You're right. We probably won't never know about it until everybody's vaccinated, and then they feel like spilling the cat out the bag then. Too little, too late, as they say. But yeah, he he came out and I just don't know. I just don't know what they'll end up doing about that. I don't know. And the doctors, I wonder how many damn doctors had their hands on him or, looked him over in the last 8 months. I bet it's been 100. I bet it's been, not nurses. I'm talking about just doctors. I bet it's been 100. Crazy ass shit. But see, what I don't like is this: when they come up and tell us, "Well, we don't have a vaccination for it yet, but this won't hurt you. This won't hurt you, and this won't hurt you." Remember, do you guys remember back in the 80s, early 90s, when HIV started up? And when HIV started up, they said, well, drinking in a water fountain behind somebody with HIV won't hurt you. The obvious question was, how the hell do you know that? You don't have a cure for this. You don't have a vaccine or cure for this shit. How the hell do you know this? See, that's what I think, the wrong questions are being asked to some of these people. I mean, I hear them sometimes on my phone where you cannot get the virus twice, and I've heard that from doctors. How the hell you know that? Have you had it? Do you know for a damn fact that after one time it goes dead and it's like, because if not, how in the hell can you make that statement? But I've heard doctors say that shit. You can't get it but once. But I've heard other doctors say, uh, yeah, there's a lot of things, man. Opening doors with the handles on it and shit, especially in toilets. You don't know where everybody's hands and shit's been. Yeah, hell yeah. When I'm in a public place now, right, and I'm opening the bathroom door, I've got a paper towel or something wrapped around my hand until I get the door open far enough where I can reach back and either throw it away or either I'll hold it until I find the trash can. That's, yeah. I don't like pushing doors and opening doors with handles on it, especially at bathrooms. Hell no. No, 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 no. Because you know there's plenty of people who ain't washing their damn hands. Plenty of them. It's terrible. It really is. If I haven't wished you all this morning, happy Thanksgiving to one and all. Brandon is the newest person to come in here. Brandon, Keith, G-Puck, among others. We had Tribe Fan in a little while ago. Nobody is inspecting ass cleanliness before someone sits on. You got it. You got it. You got it. Nobody's proven to nobody that they actually went and took a damn bath. Phantom Addict's been here with us. MP Fox been in here with us this morning. Yeah, we've had a few people in here with us. And go back, run this thing back. Tribe Fan was the first one to say hello this morning. Yeah, it's that's the one thing. If they kept their mouth shut, it would be okay. But when they come out and say, "Well, you can't get this," or "This can't happen to you if you do all the right things," I think masks help. I do think they help, but I don't think they keep you from getting COVID. I don't think they go that far because I've known people that wore the damn mask and they still got it. It might help. It might reduce chances, but for them to just come out and just lay a paintbrush across the board and just say, "Well, if you wear a mask, you ain't gonna get COVID." You better watch what you say about that bullshit because it might bite you in the butt. I think it reduces a chance. I hope it reduces a chance anyway. But yeah. When they just lay a wide brush across this whole scope of things, well, if you don't wear a mask, you're gonna get COVID. Yeah, I know that got it. Everyone that I know that got it wore a mask. Yeah, okay, that shows you right there, bro. And a lot of my family won't wear a mask. I do wear one. I've actually got a few. I've got the minions. I've got my license plates. I've got a couple others. I got like 4 masks, and I wear them. And Darla wears hers. Hers is a flowery one. And I've got a couple of Virginia masks around here. I was actually going to give one of them away. I might try to give one away here in the next few days. I think I will on the channel. It's really a cool looking one. It's got the state of Virginia. I think I still got 2 or 3 of them. I got to check it out to see. But I haven't even worn it. I haven't even worn it mask. The Virginia one. Love my Ric Flair mask. Oh man, Ric Flair. Can't say they always had it on. Yeah, that's it. But like I say, most of my family, my direct family, brothers, my mother and father, if they don't make them wear it, they're not going to wear it. And so far, they've went without it. They're in Florida now. What's today? Thursday. They're coming home in 2 more days. So they've been down there for a week, celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary. And while they were gone, I made a little video of their cats. Yeah. If it was a little bit warmer weather, I'd take one of them outside there and scuffle with him, put a glove on and play with him. Like I say, he's a mean one. He's fun. He's fun to play with, and when he gets tired of playing, he'll lay in your lap and fall asleep. But when he's ready to play, he's ready to bite, kick, scratch, and claw, all of his own. And he don't play. I mean, it ain't no fairness to it. There ain't no rules given out to him. Now, when he's ready to fight, he's ready to fight. Yeah. So, I need to come out there with a glove and play with him a little bit. You guys probably would like to watch it because I can put my hand in his stomach and spin him around and shit. And he'll keep fighting. But I mean, I've got him spinning around like a top. Then after it's over with, he'd come up there and jump on my lap. Then he just sit on he likes to lay on my leg. Wherever like if I'm sitting in a chair, if my leg's up high, he likes to lay up high there and lay on it. It's pretty wild to watch. Kind of like a mountain lion on top of a mountain. And then the other cat will come in there and he'll watch her. And if she looks like she's ready to jump in my lap, he'll get all pissed about that. It's pretty funny to watch. It really is. Animals do some wild stuff, man. They're very, very protective of different things. If you've got a baby, oh my God, you got cats and dogs that'll give their life up for a little baby. They'll do it. They will do it. And it's like, okay, well, that cat's got claws and stuff. For some reason, they know not to do anything to the baby. It's a nurturing agent, I guess, of the animals. It's crazy stuff. But we used to have a dog, and that was my dog. And now I call her my dog anyway. She would listen to me better than anybody. And my niece was growing up, and she would pull his ears and want to ride him like a horse and stuff like that. And I'd tell her, I was like, look, you better let up because this dog gonna bite you. She never tried to do anything to her. She just loved that baby. And the baby turned into a 27-year-old. Dog's been gone for a good many years now, but that dog was a good dog to have. Anytime you got a good animal that's really loyal like that, man, I'll tell you what, it's hard to eat. It's hard to beat. And my mom actually found that dog. She was actually a mail carrier. Found the dog on the side of a railroad track. You could see her ribs, and she called me and my dad. So I was, good God, I had to be on up in my 20s, I guess. Happy anniversary, Oli. Said, would you like to go get that dog away from the railroad tracks? And we were like, oh, what the heck? She said, it might bite. She might bite. He or she might bite you. And I said, okay, well, let's go take a pickup truck. And, oh, yeah, she didn't want nothing to do with none of us when we first saw her. And then I pulled some bread, and I want to say maybe I had a hamburger with me. I don't know. And she ate a little bit of it. And I tried to feed her, but she won't eat out of my hand. And you could tell she was ready to snap then. So I was like, we'll teach her better. She was a little puppy anyway. So after that, after she got to eating a little bit and had some food in her mouth, I put her in the back of the truck, drove her home, and she was she was a wreck in that vehicle all the way home. She didn't like it. She didn't at all. So I immediately, from that day forward, I don't know, like I say, I was on up in my 20s. I would take her around back with me on a leash, and I would have food in my hands. And if she growled, I said, nope. And I have a newspaper ready to whoop her. And I said, okay, you're going to eat now? And she got to where she ate out of my hand. That was the first thing I got her to do. Then the next thing I got her to do was I put a bowl down and let her eat. And then I put my hand down there close to her. And at first she wanted to bite me. Now, I had to break her from that. And then after that, after she got to where she was used to me, then I got her to where she was more used to other people. And then later on, a couple of years later, I think my niece was born. And that's, but she went through a lot. She had a lot of puppies one time. She got hit by a car, lost one of her legs. I would go to the bar, take her with me. She would sit up under the bar stool, and I'd get her something to eat or whatever there at the bar. Yeah, I mean, the people at the bar knew her. It was just like, "Hey, what's up, dog?" And my dog would just kind of look up. Like, yeah, I don't really care what you're up to. But yeah, it was hard to believe the transformation from her from the time we found at the railroad tracks till the time till the time she got old and stuff, because she just got to the point where she was just very, very. I mean, I'm going riding, Red. She would hop in my truck. She'd hop in my car. She didn't care. She loved to. She loved to ride. She was a good old dog. I enjoyed having that dog. I really did. Cats, I wouldn't mind it so much if they didn't have fur all over the place. But me and my wife have discussed it. We're just not going to have a cat here. If I have anything here, it's going to be turtles. Turtles. Oh, those little painted turtles about this big. Have me a big 100-gallon aquarium, about 10 of those painted turtles. That'd be funny as everything. Have a waterfall and have a big pool and have an island or two. Oh yeah, I'd fix it up right. Have me some like bushes and stuff. Almost look like a jungle. Oh yeah. Every so often, put some little minnows in there and let the turtles catch them. They'll catch them too. They like it. They like them things. They're better to put in there than crickets are. Put fish in there, because that'll fill them up quicker. Let's see. Who likes the Texans today, and who likes the Lions? We'll do a quick overall here. Texans and Lions. Who you like, guys? Before we go, I said it last week. The Lions play for this game every year. This is their Super Bowl. They've never played in a Super Bowl, but they always get to play on Thanksgiving Day. I think this is a pride of Detroit today. I like Detroit in this game against the Texans. What are you guys thinking? The late game, Washington football team, they're going to Dallas. This is not the same Dallas team that they played 3 weeks ago. It's just not. Dallas is, you like your Texans, Puck said. Toss up by taking the Texans as a little bit of an upset. Okay. Washington football team heading to Dallas. This is not the same team that came into Washington looking like they could give two shits less. I mean, last week they played well. Best game Dallas has probably played in 2 years. And it was not with their regular quarterback. It was with Dalton. The one chance Washington has is if they can just stay on Dalton all day. If they don't, I think they've got enough weapons that they're going to end up beating Washington. I hope I'm wrong here. I'm going to say 28-27. Dallas wins this ball game, but I hope Washington football team wins this one. No game tonight, guys. No game tonight. Okay? The Baltimore team has got a lot of COVID. They pushed it back to 1:15 Sunday. going to take the football team only because of Rivera's Happy Thanksgiving comment when he was hired. Well, I hope he can still remember it, right? Anybody out there, and this is for anybody, if you're by yourself today, you are not by yourself, okay? And Rivera is a genius, as we all know. Yeah, he is a genius, no doubt about that. You're not alone. You go to any of my videos and you leave a comment down below, I'll get back to you, okay? Me and the wife will be cooking here in a little while. We'll be doing some stuff. Football games are on all day. Do not get to the point where you feel like you're by yourself or alone. Come back here on YouTube, find one of my videos, leave a message, say, Rob, what's going on? What's going to happen? And if you know what, if enough people really want to tonight, I'll come on with a ball game or something tonight. I really will. But nobody, you're not alone. You're not alone. So this, the mind-blown moments of yeah, you guys realize that. I want you to realize that this is a channel for everyone. And I know that we got people in college, we got people off living to themselves, people kind of trying to seclude themselves from other people and stuff. But yeah, just this is going to be done. This is going to be over with soon. As far as this damn COVID, I feel it. I'm starting to really get a feeling that the next couple 3 months could be some changes, and I'm hoping. I'm really, really, really hoping. Hang in there with us, and maybe we can do some traveling and come around visits. I'd love to visit everybody on here. So have a great day. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm taking the Lions. I'm taking the Cowboys, but I'm hoping Washington football team wins. And I wish Pittsburgh could play tonight because I think Pittsburgh can go 11-0 as well. Have a great day. God bless. And hey, my comment section is open 24 hours a day, guys. Bye-bye.